Now, what are the advantages of buying from a Recon compared to a authorized dealer? The Recon cars generally, if they're from the UK, if you're still talking about luxury continental cars, they will be generally much higher spec, right? The UK people like a lot of specs in their cars. They like properly accessorized vehicles, and because of that, if we import it through to Malaysia, you're getting a higher spec car in Malaysia generally. And these cars are CBU, take it what you will. Some people think of it as a very big advantage, some people couldn't care less. I think it does have a little bit of difference, just not as much as many of us exaggerate it to be. So these cars are normally CBU, to us anyway, and you potentially save a big amount. You save a big chunk of change for Recon cars. You also get a larger variety of options for the UK market, because virtually the entire used car market is up for grabs. Now we'll talk about limitations a little bit later. That's a lot of ground to cover to give people a good enough context to make a decision for themselves. So I'm gonna try to blitz past and give it to you as concise as possible. So let's take the example of the BMW 840i in Malaysia. That car, that 8 Series, is only available in the Grand Coupe 4-door sedan variant. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just did research. And it is retailing for around 937k, more or less 950, more or less 960 if we factor in SST. But now SST has been extended, so let's just take it as 937k. Comparatively, you do not get the cabriolet version. So if you want to compare, let's take the cabriolet version, which is available at Drop the Top Buddy Motor Penang. The 840i Cabrio is available at a price of 698k. Already a big savings there, 937 and 698. So that's already a flat savings of 239k Malaysian ringgit. Right, so big savings already, and especially for a convertible, which in Malaysia convertibles are priced just absurdly high. If BMW Malaysia were to bring in the 840i Cabriolet, I estimate it would be at least 100k difference from the Grand Coupe. So it will be around 1 million plus. That's all of the savings you can expect in the Recon industry. For Boxsters as well, you save upwards easily 150k up to 200k. The more specs are in the car, the higher amount of savings you get. So think about it this way. The bloke in the UK, he spec his car very, very high. He absorbs the brunt of depreciation through ownership and letting go of the car. We bring it into Malaysia, and of course we need to pay taxes and etc., get the car registered, so all the associated costs, and that car is being sold. Comparatively, that guy in the UK, the previous owner of this car, has already absorbed a big chunk of depreciation for you for that car to be able to be listed and sold in the UK. We brought it into Malaysia, now it's yours. So essentially, the depreciation is shattered into discounts. It is converted into discounts for you as a Recon car buyer, and from there, each accessory, let's think about it this way, each accessory that's added on to the car that is not base, that you are getting a big discount on already. So talking about Porsches, look at the breadth of accessories that you can have. You can have the matrix LEDs, you can have the sports exhaust, you can have the sports chrono, you can have the ceramic brakes, you can have PDCC, which is the dynamic chassis control, you get rear axle steering. All these specs, the previous guy had to pay full price for. Now you, as a Recon car buyer, get a discount on each individual accessory, including all the paint lah, special color lah, special interior, leather, full leather, Napa leather, whatever leather inside. You get that much more value out of the car that you're buying. Especially the case for luxury continental cars. To give another example from the Japanese side, usually they buy MPVs like Toyota Alphard and Wildfire. Last I checked, the Alphard in Malaysia 2.5 liters is selling for 383k, 383,000 ringgit, and versus the grey import, average value will be around 310k. Right? So right off the bat, you already get savings of 70k. So that's sort of the landscape of Recon car. And the more expensive the value of the car is, the more upmarket it is. New versus Recon, the more you save. Right? That's generally the rule of thumb. Right? Quality. Okay, so when we're talking about quality of Recon car, it is a wide area. It is like taking a shotgun and shooting from KLCC to somewhere and hoping you hit the target. It's wide. It's very wide. It's very wide. You're essentially buying used cars now, and used cars, there are good quality used cars, there are bad quality used cars. Used cars can also come in the form of showroom demo units, much like we have here in Malaysia, Volvo Select. Right? So these cars generally are showroom quality. They are excellent in terms of specs, very high spec, very low mileage, and the condition is just flawless. So to give an example, in Abadi Motor Penang, we have a BMW X6. So let's pull up that X6 over here. There's a 2020 unit. It's an X-Drive 40i. It has all the very high spec, the technology pack plus, which allows you to wave around in the car, and the car will read your hand gestures and do stuff with the car settings. For example, lower aircon, increase aircon temperature, more fan speed, stuff like this. You know, technology pack. We'll cover that in another video to come. And this car has only 120 plus km on the clock, right? 120 plus km, fully genuine, fully transparent. From that point, it is essentially a new car, right? Unregistered, super low mileage, super high spec. It's from the showroom itself, and because of that, it is essentially you're buying a new car from a Recon dealer at a big discount. So that's all of the advantages you can get. Potentially very highly spec cars like an SVR. We're bringing in one of the most high spec on the market, British Racing Green in ultra metallic. Fun fact, that was from one of the UK dealers that I hold to a very high pedestal, which is Romans International, particular 2020 SVR in green. That was their director car, and yeah, that's sort of the quality that we're able to source and get to Abadi Motor Penang. Right, and one of the most advantageous things of a Recon car is that the car is usually, it should be, I don't want to go into the pre-order thing, that opens a whole new can of worms. It should be ready stock, or at least, at the very least, it should be incoming and then you advertise, right? It should not be found on the used market still. It should not be still available to purchase from other sources. The car should not be still open to the world for sale. Right? So advantage of ready stock is because it's a used car essentially. We encourage people to do pre-purchase inspection. We encourage people to find the truth behind this car, whether or not it's, whether or not everything is genuine, everything is transparent, everything is authentic as it should be. And because it's ready stock, you can easily arrange the car to be towed to a trusted workshop, and from there inspected and valued accordingly. Not in terms of monetary value, but value in terms of evaluated the condition, the mileage, everything, whether or not what the dealer says and the workshop says is whether or not the facts match up or tally up. Okay, and one of the other advantages is that these cars, Recon car, generally a little bit more rare. They are not available for sale in the local market, or very, very expensive in the local market. Take the case of Drop the Top, where we have a lot of convertibles. So at any given time, at any given point, authorized dealers take very little inventory in terms of convertibles, which means that normally if you want to buy a convertible, you have to pay a high deposit upfront for them to confirm the order, for you to commit your interest, and they will arrange for a car to be either imported or shifted over from Malaysia, where they do have stock, to the showroom that's available to you, and only then can you test drive the feeling of the car. Make sure you really enjoy that car, see the condition firsthand, do any inspection if you would choose to do so, which I encourage as well. Then from there, you can make a decision. And any given dealer will only have a limited amount. So let's take BMW for example. The convertibles that they have on offer across their range is the 4 Series convertible, is the Z4, is the 8 Series convertible. 3 main ones, right? And you cannot easily find all 3 at a BMW dealership, nor can you arrange for all 3 to be sent to you to test drive and you only pick one. That is a little bit less feasible and a little bit more tedious for everyone involved. Okay, so yeah, that's one of the advantages, as well as of course being the unregistered status. You get a lower interest rate, you get a higher loan amount as well as period, because it is essentially unregistered and treated as new in the Malaysian system. Okay, so that's it for advantages. Let's go on to disadvantages. If this video has brought you any value at all, if it helped clarify what's recon industry versus used versus new, etc., if it's helped you cross shop cars, especially luxury continental cars from the UK, please do leave a like, a comment, and do remember to subscribe to this video. Please help me share this video if it's helpful to any of your friends or car buyers, or people who are just having a cheap but want to change car. Alright guys, I can be contacted through my Instagram, link over here if you're looking for a car. Otherwise, peace out, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Hey guys, this video was brought to you by Abadi Motor Penang, and I've written an article regarding this whole thing, breaking down the pros and cons, the context of recon cars in Malaysia in general, the whole industry, and for you to really weigh the advantages and disadvantages for yourself. So if you prefer to read instead of listen and watch the video, I will leave a link of the article in the description down below. Take care. Thank you.